Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you special people out there watching this either on my YouTube or, of course, in magfest, the unofficial Facebook group. I am the DOUGBARRETT, in case anybody needed to know my full name. And, of course, next week is magfest. That is right, magfest starts next Thursday, or in my case, since I am going up Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon, I should say, depending how bad the weather and how bad people drive. Half the time anybody knows who's driving to this event knows some people drive like they're on the Twisted Metal contest. Anyway, so I'm talking about magfest. As many of you know, I've been going to magfest for the last few years now. And I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about my stories with each year. The first year I went was not my best year, probably the year I'd want to forget because of the fact of I went on crutches. A few months before the event, hurt my leg, but I still went, still powered through it, thank God for crutches and medication. Had fun, had a blast, got to play a few tournaments, I actually did pretty well in a lot of them. Met a lot of new people, which was always a good thing. That's the one thing I always say for you newbies out there who are coming to your first magfest. You're going to meet a lot of cool new people who you're going to want to exchange either your PSN or your Facebook or your Xbox or your Wii or anything else that's online gaming. You want to exchange because you're going to want to be friends with these people probably for the rest of your life, just because you'll see them over and over and over again. So keep that in mind. Now, my second year at magfest, that was probably my best year up to that point because I had money, so I was able to eat at some of the restaurants. I actually went to the sports bar in the hotel at the Gaylord, which I'm not staying this year, but it was pretty good. It just very expensive. Plus, hey, got to see the Redskins cheerleaders again, which, I'm a Cowboys fan. I love looking at cheerleaders. I'm not going to lie. Third year, this is probably the one that everyone I think it was the third year. Yes, it was either second or third year. This is when everybody remembers me for. I dressed up as Striker from Mortal Kombat. People called me Big Boss Man though, so it didn't bother me whichever way it went. Had a nightstick, carries a big stick, and didn't have the ball and chain. Did have a toy gun though. Anyway, as many of you know who do watch the Game Chasers, Billy and Jay, I am actually in that episode to where they beat up the guy with the nightstick. That was me. I was the one who was asking for the retro whale beating. And that's the one thing I like to do. I like to make sure if you are doing a video there at magfest, I have no problem being the butt of the joke, getting his butt whipped or whatever. I have no problem being the joke. Okay? I have no problem with it because I'm helping you, and I like to be a helpful person. Of course, then the other few years, I went as Fat Link, as I called myself, because I'm a little big. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little big, but I had fun with it. Didn't get to use my sword as much as I would have wanted, because couldn't pull it out or anything, which it is what it is. But I had fun nonetheless. And that gets us to this year's magfest, which is next week. I cannot wait. There are so many people I want to see and hang out with. Of course, hopefully people from Retro are going to be there, because I do love Retro. I make no bones about that. Those are my favorite, usually my favorite guests to see. I love their panels and everything else they do. Now, of course, with that being said, I'm also hoping to catch Angry Video Game Nerd once again. I always like hearing what he has to say. Of course, Super Best Friends Play. They were there last year, had fun. Hopefully they get to see them again. And Beta Frost. I know I'm probably mispronouncing his name. I am not good with names whatsoever. But always like his music. I always like talking to him as well. Of course, as for some of the new ones that are there, people I'm planning to see for the first time, I do want to see the two Japanese. I'm not going to even try to pronounce their name. I'll just say this. It is the Mega Man creator and composer. I'm not going to try to mispronounce their name because that'd be a disrespect. So I'm not going to do that. But I want to see them because I love Mega Man. I grew up on Mega Man. As far as for the music, unfortunately, I'm only going to be seeing one this year, and that's Mega Ran. Because he's the one I know because I saw him last year a bit, and I actually have a CD that has 2 of his songs on it, so I'm hopefully going to try to buy more. As far as for past ones, I usually love seeing the Humans Are Coming, or Beyond Being Human, whichever one you prefer to call them, and I love them. I have most of their t-shirts, and all that. Now, of course, I know what everyone's wondering right now. Doug, why are you wearing a crown on your head? Well, as many of you know who, in the comment section on Magfest, the unofficial, I am going as a CAWA accredited wrestler. So, you're not going to get to see this right now. I'm not showing off the briefcase yet. I'm not showing off the vest yet. I'm not showing off the rest of the costume. You have to wait. Remember, waiting is the best part of life. Now, of course, food places, you know, because there's a lot of places to eat around there. Usually for me, though, I bring enough food just so I can eat in the hotel and someone use all my money for the convention floor. Which, by the way, again, newbies, make sure you have money. That is very important. Because if you don't, you're probably not going to be able to buy it on the floor. I know a lot of people don't usually buy stuff on the floor. But trust me, you're going to see a lot of cool games you can buy. It's going to be a lot of custom-made stuff you can buy. So yeah, keep that in mind when you come to this. Because that's one thing I always like doing. I always liked buying stuff, you know. Because I am a video game collector by trade. I'm not going to lie. I love that. But back to the foods. When I'm not eating in the stuff out of the room, I usually go to the Subway there. I will tell you the Subway is usually busy. So keep that in mind. And of course there is the McDonald's that's not too far away, you know. So you do have some locations or a lot of the places there as well, but they are very expensive. I'd recommend, if you're going to eat at one of those places, make it the last night. You know, make it Saturday night, because you really don't want to you do it on Friday or Thursday night, and then you don't have money to buy stuff on the floor or anything else. Which reminds me, as far as for the arcades, I love the arcades, but before I talk about the ones I always play or like, I'm just going to throw this out there. Bring hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is the one must have here. Because you're going to be touching controllers, you're going to be shaking hands, you're going to be touching the arcade cabinets. And not that I don't think people wash their hands or anything, I think we all do. But there's an old saying, be safe instead of sorry. In case if anybody gets sick, because people have gotten sick while they're there before, you're going to want to keep your hands clean. Believe me. By the way, remember, take a shower, children. We don't want to smell you like, we don't want to pretend you're a rotting corpse. Okay? Anyway, favorite games in the arcade. Now, last year, one game I played religiously, and everyone couldn't believe I was actually decent at it, was Street Fighter the movie, the game. That's actually one of the few ones I like to play. Of course, both Killer Instincts 1 and 2. I'm a big fighting game fan, as you can tell. Don't play a lot of one-player games. Now, the pinball games are always fun. If you can get on a pinball machine, definitely play, because those takes you back to the good old days a bit, because unfortunately now, there ain't no arcades anymore, which is sad in some sense. And MagFest, at least to me, is that benefit. You get to play the arcade games. You get to have fun. You get to, you know, pretend you're a little kid again. You know, granted, it's free play, but humor me here. Your mom or dad hands you like a few bucks. You go in the arcade and you have fun, you know. I'm hoping this year there are a few more new games. I'd like to see the WrestleFest arcade game, which is a wrestling game. Hoping to see some other games as well. Now, one I will say, one that does not get a lot of love in my eyes, that's usually there that I love playing, is Sonic Fighters. Yeah, I know it came out on the PlayStation and Xbox store a few years ago, and I have that. But I always love playing it at the arcade just to see people's reaction if somebody actually enjoys it. Of course, there's also the Marvel vs. Capcom, a lot of the Japanese games as well. Dance Dance is going to probably be there again. So you'll probably, any kind of game genre you like, either the fighting, the dancing, the music, the shooting, the beat-em-ups like Double Dragon or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, the Simpsons game, or X-Men, you will find it there. So you're probably going to find something you're going to love to play. Go around, try all the games, see which one you love the most. Sometimes you will be waiting depending on what it is. That's one thing I always like doing with a lot of my friends that, you know, is usually shoot the breeze and talk about stuff that's not gaming, like sports or wrestling, you know, because I am a wrestling fan. I think the King of the Ring crown shows that, because I am the King of the Ring winner. But, you know, it's usually fun to do that. I do a little bit of drinking, but never been to one of the parties yet that have always happened at MagFest. Still waiting for that one. Hopefully this year I break that curse and I finally get to do a party. Finally, hopefully. We shall see if Lady Luck is with me on that. But other than that, You know, magfest is going to be fun. Meet a lot of new people. Again, play some great arcade games. Hopefully there's some I've never played before. And of course, all the panels and the events that go on during the event. Now, of course, like I said, newbies, this is for you and you only. If you are new, here's just a short list of what you should have: money, hand sanitizer, a good attitude. I'd recommend when you're on the floor, have a bottle of water with you with a cap. Like, okay, I know this is a Coca-Cola, but have one of these with a cap. Have some snacks with you as well on hand, so you don't have to go back to the room. Because I'm honest, I'm not staying at the Gaylord this year. I cannot get a room there in time. So I'm probably going to try to have a snack or two with me, or eat a snack on the way up to the hotel, just so I can have my energy. So those are the most important things. Of course, other than that, I hope all of you who are going to be at MagFest, like me, are going to have a great time. Don't let any dick who is a dick to you ruin it. There's going to be one person who's going to be a dick. I can guarantee that. There's usually at least one person. But don't let them ruin it for you if you're a first timer, because 9 times out of 10 you won't even remember them. You're going to remember the fun times. Now, I will say one thing that caught my eye, and they've been doing it now I think a few years, is the indie games. I'm the kind of person who loves indie games just because of the fact of some of them, and I do mean some of them, have been better than the AAA titles, at least to me. And just in case, if you wanted to know what indie games I want to play that are going to be there this year, I'm going to tell you now. The first one, which I actually had to pull up the MagFest site. Remember, if you want to know everything, who's going to be there, please go to magfast.org to find everything you need to know. The first one I want to do is Clash Cup Turbo. That kind of looks fun. Looks kind of like some kind of, it's a couch multiplayer sports game. And like I said, I'm a sports fan, so I'm hoping this is going to be good. Kind of looks fun. I think it was there last year as well, so yeah, I'm hoping to play that again. You know, that was one of my favorites back in the, so it looks like it's coming back again. Another one is Combat Core. Now this one kind of has me interested a bit. Combat Core, just in case if you need to know, is a 3D area fighting game. Like I said, I love fighting games. So I'm hoping it does good. I cannot wait to try that one. I love fighting games. I think I've said that a lot already, but I do. I'm wearing a Mortal Kombat t-shirt, for crying out loud. The next game that I want to try while I'm up there is Nothing Good Can Come of This. Just reading the title alone makes you wonder what could possibly go wrong. It's somewhat of hard to describe from what the video is. I mean, it kind of looks what would happen if you get stuck in a room with Gary Busey, which is a very bad idea. So it looks fun. Hopefully it is fun. We shall see. Of course, another one is Robo Puzzle Smash. That's it is somewhat of a, from the description, a fighting puzzle game, which does not bother me at all. Kind of like how Street Fighter Puzzle was. So hopefully that's going to be good. I can't say if it will be or not until I actually got to try it. But hey, that's usually the MO of life, isn't it? The other two, though, Space Cats and Space, which is an advanced twin-stick shooter epic. Kind of World War II inspired space battle of cats versus dogs. So it should be interesting, or at least get a good laugh out of it. And of course the last one, should not surprise anybody, Super Punk Jam. Like I said, I'm a sports fan. And this one, kind of just looking at the video from what I saw of it last night, kind of looks like what happened if hockey met Double Dragon. So that should be great, I hope. Great and awesome and all that good stuff that we love. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun watching. Now, of course, I know, as many of you know, this is for a contest. I do wish everyone who's entered this said contest luck. May the best person win. And remember, if you don't win, just have fun doing it, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Just to have fun. So, till MagFest, this is the DOUG signing off saying, I will see you up there. Woo! Video game!